Welcome to this explainer. You know that uncanny, almost magical feeling when the internet just knows what you want before you even click? Today, we're going to break down the science behind that exact feeling and uncover the invisible data engines driving our digital lives.
Okay, let's look at our roadmap for today. First, mind reading or machine learning. Second, unpacking predictive analytics. Then, Netflix and collaborative filtering, followed by Amazon's recurrent neural networks. Fifth, the ethical price tag. And finally, conclusion and subscribe.
Section 1, mind reading or machine learning.
Seriously, have you ever gotten a product recommendation so ridiculously accurate it literally felt like magic? You casually think about, say, taking up tennis, and bam, your feed is flooded with rackets and sweatbands. It feels super invasive, right? Well, the truth is, it's not telepathy. It's highly calculated machine learning.
Section 2, unpacking predictive analytics.
Okay, so here's the secret sauce. It's not magic at all, it's simply oceans of data. Predictive analytics is essentially a high-tech crystal ball. By crunching facts, figures, and digging through your past behaviors, these machine learning algorithms calculate incredibly accurate probabilities about exactly what you're going to do next. Think of this as a recipe with 4 foundational ingredients for making predictions at a massive scale. First up, data collection, literally gathering all your behavior data. Second is modeling, which processes those historical patterns. Third, they run that data through complex algorithms like collaborative filtering or neural networks. And finally, real-time automation constantly tweaks and refines those predictions based on what you're doing right this second.
Section 3, Netflix and collaborative filtering.
Let's look at how this builds into Netflix's ability to pick your next binge-worthy show. If you've ever lost a whole weekend to a series you didn't even know existed, well, you've experienced collaborative filtering firsthand. Basically, the system assumes that if you and another user share one preference, you'll probably share others. It's kind of like having millions of friends recommending movies on a giant grid. If user A likes show X and show Y, and user B likes show X, the algorithm confidently serves up show Y to user B.
Now, behind the scenes, Netflix uses something called matrix factorization, specifically singular value decomposition, or SVD. Because Netflix has hundreds of millions of users and thousands of shows, their data grid is just impossibly huge. SVD essentially compresses that giant grid. It finds hidden patterns, so the system can rapidly estimate how you'll rate a show in real time without crashing from computational overload. But here is the really crazy part. They don't just predict what you want to watch, they actually predict what they should make. This data-driven approach is exactly how we got the massive hit House of Cards. Netflix didn't just guess that people would like a political drama. Their predictive analytics proved there was high demand for that specific genre, starring that specific actor. It really proves that AI doesn't just recommend art, it actually helps create the blueprint for it.
Section 4. Amazon's recurrent neural networks. Selling physical products globally is a whole different beast. Unlike Netflix, which focuses on users, Amazon focuses on the relationships between the products themselves. Using nearest neighbors algorithms, Amazon's engine maps out product associations based on things like buying frequency. So if you buy a new smartphone, the AI instantly finds the nearest items in its network and immediately knows to recommend the perfectly compatible charger.
But it goes even deeper than that. By analyzing the time series order of your searches, Amazon employs recurrent neural networks, or RNNs. These are deep learning architectures custom-built to handle sequential data. If you're constantly searching for kitchen appliances in a specific order, the RNN learns that exact pattern. It's basically waiting to suggest your next buy right at the exact moment you're ready to check out. We really saw the absolute power of this system put to the test during the COVID-19 pandemic. Amazon's AI had to react to wildly unforeseen demand signals across the globe. And get this, their predictive models successfully forecasted a jaw-dropping 213% surge in toilet paper demand. Human planners would have been completely blindsided by that sudden fluctuation, right? But the neural networks just rapidly adapted to the new data inputs. And this shift to machine learning was a real game changer. By ditching their legacy moving average models and fully embracing neural networks, Amazon achieved a 15 times greater improvement in forecasting accuracy across more than 400 million products. That is exactly how they manage a massive global supply chain and still manage to get packages to your front door in 2 days.
Section 5. The ethical price tag.
Predicting human behavior with this kind of surgical precision comes with some pretty heavy responsibilities. Companies have to strike a really delicate balance here.
On the plus side, sure, we get deep personalization, hyper-relevant recommendations, and a super frictionless user experience. But the risks? Well, over-personalization traps you in filter bubbles, basically an echo chamber. There's also the very real risk of algorithmic bias, where diverse content gets sidelined because the AI only pushes what's already mainstream. And of course, the massive privacy concerns surrounding how all this intimate behavioral data is collected and stored.
So how do we actually mitigate that? To protect users, companies have to strictly follow data laws like GDPR in Europe and CCPA in California. But it takes way more than just legal compliance. We're talking about requiring explicit user consent, continuously auditing algorithms to catch unfair biases, and running diversity training for AI models so they don't just cater to the majority. Building a straightforward, robust ethical framework is absolutely crucial if we want this tech to remain a helpful tool for everyone.
Section 6. Conclusion. And subscribe.
So where does this leave us? The reality is, predictive analytics is no longer just a competitive edge. It's the foundational future of data-driven decision-making in our digital economy. As technologies like generative AI mature, these predictive engines are only going to get more powerful. Soon, platforms won't just recommend existing content. They'll use generative models to instantly create highly personalized trailers or design entirely new products tailored specifically to your unique tastes. Which brings us to the ultimate question I want to leave you with to ponder. As generative AI and these massive neural networks get smarter and smarter at predicting your every impulse, how much of your future choices are actually your own? Are you making those free choices? Or is the AI gently, invisibly making them for you?
If you want to keep uncovering the invisible forces shaping our world, make sure you hit that subscribe button to the channel for more explainers just like this one. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next one.